What's up, everybody? I hope you're having a great day, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Whattadud. I'm alongside my main man, CJ, and the best woman on the planet, Gabby. I hope you guys are having a great day. CJ, how you doing today? And Gabby, how are you doing today?
I'm just lovely.
Woo! There it is. There it is.
Oh my goodness.
Best tagline in the business. I'm doing great.
Yes,
I'm doing great now.
That's
fired
awesome.
up.
That's awesome. Get fired up. I'm ready. I have a lot of energy in me right now. I'm ready for it, man. Like, I'm about to bring the heat. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna let you know right now, these guys have no idea what we're gonna talk about today, but I'm about to drop the bomb on them right now. So today, guys, we're gonna do a Whattadud get to know us, because they don't know us. We haven't done that yet. They don't know us. We don't know them. Obviously, we wouldn't know them, but they don't know us. But before we start off anything, man, we're gonna get this show on the road with our Dutter Dandy questions. Now, CJ, you might have to pull your phone up for this one, but Chanel from the Cheetah Girls, Dutter Dandy.
Chanel's she's the Hispanic one, right?
Yes.
Roger that.
I can tell you that without having to Google it.
Oh yeah.
She was a bad ting back to she's a bad.
Yeah.
What's her name? Adrian something, right?
All I just know is she's gonna have my last name at the end of it because she a daddy. She a little boo.
Yes, sir.
She was my favorite one too.
Mm-hmm. So she's so is she a dandy or a dud?
Hey, listen, she a damn dandy. You know how we do.
Hell yeah. All right, Gabby, you might got to pull your phone out for this one too, because I'm bringing it way back, like some people's hairlines. So your Dutter Dandy question is: Roger from Sister Sister, is he a dud or a dandy? We're going way back. We're going way.
I was about to say the same.
Yes.
Yeah, gonna have to go with Dud because
What?
Homer. I mean, he's a dandy because I like his character, but just to go along with the girls, you know, go home, Roger. Yeah, I think they would say he's a dud. So,
Roger.
What is it? What is the he and Tamara.
Maury?
I forget.
Wait,
Yeah.
in the show or in real life?
So it was a hold on, sorry. It's a bar that it was on because of the internet, and I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Oh, brother. But you guys have no idea how long it took me to find those. It literally took me a while to find that one. But yeah, I tried to do something different, and I honestly, Gabi, I didn't know if you ever watched Sister Sister. I just never knew.
Of course I did.
I just didn't know. Some people didn't watch it, man.
Sister. Yep.
I remember Roger first saw them, and he was like, "There's two of you? That means double the chances. Go home, Roger. I'm going to go home, but just know I'm thinking of you." I said,
what does he look like now? Now I'm going to have to look this up.
Well, so that's the thing, though. Like in the show, you know, like he got he got fined. You know what I'm saying? Because I guess he went away for the summer or something, and he came back and he looked fine.
Okay, wait, he's cute now. So
yeah, see, that's why I said he would be dandy.
Just kidding. Dandy. Hi. He's cute now. I mean, he was cute back then. Like, he was a cute kid, but like, hello.
She said,
He said, at a Clippers game on the court side, watch your brother shoot like 5'4". They mad at me too. I got more fire. Why these bitches see you go home, Roger?
Ooh.
T and Tamara. In my bed, I'm a smart guy. Anyways.
I'm a smart guy.
That's also a damn dandy of a show.
Bro, you know what's a damn dandy? 1-on-1.
Oh, I just added that. I think that's on Netflix now. I think I just added that to my list.
Bro, that shit like it. This girl was rapping and she said, I'm a single mom. She said, I'm a single mom like 1-on-1. I said, what? That made no sense. And I thought about it, I was like, yeah, you're wild.
This motherfucker's spitting.
It's spitting. But all right, guys,
Which is
before
crazy.
we get off train,
Okay, I'm sorry. Let me say this idea. I'm gonna say this idea. Like, what happened to the black sitcom? Right? Like, the death of the black sitcom is a damn shame. And I just think that we need to bring that back because, like, it was some iconic black sitcoms that just didn't get the light of day, but still, it was cultural and people found a way to it. And I just feel like it's not a lot of respect that gets put onto the black sitcoms because NBC, what they have been doing the last few years is like they gave Marlon's show 2 seasons canceled. They gave Keenan the show 2 years canceled. They gave Rel a show 1 year or 2 years canceled. Like they just keep doing the same thing, but not giving these shows opportunity to shine. And it's a disappointment. So we need to rally together to get black sitcoms back. Obviously, like Atlanta's not really considered a sitcom, you know what I mean? Like, but like we need like a full-fledged, like Abbott Elementary, you could kind of say, but not really.
Yeah, it's a sitcom, bro.
right?
I like it, bro. Hey, thank you,
Like, I
CJ,
wouldn't
for putting me
consider
on
a
Abbott.
black sitcom though.
Yeah,
like, I couldn't say
there's, like,
a black sitcom. Like, yes,
other
it's a black
econ.
creator, a black woman creator. Yes, and I love that. We need more of those. I mean, obviously, you got Black Girl Sketch Comedy Show on HBO. You got Issa Rae. She also did what is that show? I'm blanking on her show.
I know one
Is
black show that's
Blackish
coming out
considered
soon.
a sitcom? Because it's not even like they don't have like a laughing
Blackish
track.
is
though.
a black sitcom, and that was amazing. And that was the one show recently they've done well, but now it's off the air. So let's do another one. But like it shouldn't just be the one, right? We shouldn't just get just the one, and then like, okay, you got your one, guys. Like I need every network, NBC, ABC, CBS, Netflix, to have them constantly 22 episode seasons and let these creators have fun with it. Also, what is it called?
Are
Southside.
there really that many sitcoms out right now, though? Just in general, like I feel like there's not. I feel like we go back and like rewatch ones from our childhood because I can't really think of any that are out right now. Besides, like How I Met Your Father, which is literally just a spin-off of another sitcom, that we've already had.
I do feel there is. I feel like I think the sitcom has started dying down. It's been more narratively single camera shows. So like maybe it could be a dying thing, but I still think there's great, like I think you can still find great value out of a sitcom because of the fact
I love a sitcom.
Yeah, it's easy watches. Rewatchability is high. Like you go rewatch it over and over. Like you see with The Office, people still watch The Office. That shit stopped airing in 2012.
Oh, one show I used to walk in the house and my mom be watching, bruh. Maybe your mom watched this too. My Girlfriends.
Yes. Girlfriends was tough.
Bruh. I'm saying
like it's just and if you really want to get deep dirty into it, a lot of these black sitcoms that got canceled, their jokes and a lot of their themes got stolen and got used on shows like Friends and like mostly
you know what? That's
like,
why. So a friend of mine, this person, I'm not going to say his name. He hates Friends because he thinks that they stole a lot of things and ideas and characters from black shows. I didn't want to believe it, but I like Friends, but I'll choose living single any day. Any day. But speaking of black shows that are dropping,
it just fits. Like it's just like living single, and you go through it. Like you feel the struggle, like, and you can relate to seeing somebody else that looks like you. I mean, I think Fresh Off the Boat was like they try to expand into like the Asian markets. They also had.
I forgot about that show.
I guess Modern Family is kind of a sitcom, but not really. But that's over with now. So they've tried to do other stuff, but it is what it is.
But speaking of the black show that's dropping out in February, Bel Air season 2. Watched that trailer the other day, and Jesus, looks like they're going in a great direction
trailer?
with it.
I haven't seen a trailer.
Did. Oh, we might need to watch it tonight. We might need to watch it on here at the end. If CJ can make it happen, I don't know. I don't know. He's a magic man, but I don't know. Maybe you can make it happen. But we're gonna get into the episode. Getting to know us. So first up, it's kind of a tough one right here, guys. If you could have dinner with anyone in the world, dead or alive, who would it be?
Ooh,
Mm.
that's an interesting question.
Hey, they gotta know who we are.
Dead or alive?
You know, cupcakes around here, cuz.
All right. Gabby, do you have something? I don't.
I have a couple.
Okay,
You say your couple.
Um,
Say your couple.
No. I'm gonna stick with just one.
couple, huh?
I have one. I have my person.
Are they dead or alive?
Dead.
Yeah. Okay,
All
good.
right.
I mean,
I know who it is.
It's a woman. Don't worry.
okay.
Oh,
It's Debbie Reynolds.
okay.
I know a lot of people won't know her, but I know her from my favorite movie, which is Singing in the Rain. But she was also the grandma in Halloween Town, like the first one, at least I know. So that might be something more people know her from, you know. Or if you watched Will and Grace, she was Grace's mom. Like she's been in a bunch of different things that you wouldn't know that that's who that is. A lot of people don't, but I'm always like, oh my gosh, you know. But it would definitely be her because Sing in the Rain was like a star cast. Like it had Gene Kelly in it. It had Donald O'Connor, and they're these like amazing dancers. And she was like, I can't remember if she was 18 or 19. Either way, she was a young girl still keeping up with these like stars, you know, like breakout stars. And she was a child still keep it like up with these men. And like when she got older, like I would want to have lunch with older her because she was like the glamorous grandma, but like still would make like dirty jokes and just cutting up all the time. And that's the kind of old lady I want to be, like glamorous but still funny at the same time. Like not the snooty kind of glam, but like the glam, but you know, still can crack a joke.
No worries. Debbie Reynolds. Hey.
Oh, she's also Princess Leia's mom, like in real life. Like Debbie Reynolds is Carrie Fisher's mom. If people don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm gonna go to CJ with this one, but Gabby, sticking to the same question, what's a question you would ask her? Don't answer yet. Let CJ hop on this train of who do you have dinner with, or I can go next, CJ. It's up to you.
This is tough because I mean there's a lot of people I could easily name because there's a route that I could go if we're on a different show. But I think that's a good one. I think a person I probably would love to go have dinner with would be Morgan Freeman.
All right.
Having dinner with God. That's what it would be like. I just think, I mean,
he's wearing white linen pants and everything.
But I just enjoy having conversations with people my elder, and he's lived so much of a great life, so much life, and to just talk about his career, advice, things that he's been through, going through the industry, and just kind of like, you know, just I think he'd just be a fun person to talk to, and like people who are that part of their life, in that stage of their life, they just have such the coolest perspective that you could just learn so much from. So,
all right,
that's why I picked older Debbie Reynolds too for the same thing. Like
for sure,
I want to hear her whole life. You know.
I think I'm asking you the same question after I answer this one, CJ. A question you would have for them. So for me, I would want to have dinner with Donald Glover. I think
that's a good one.
I feel like that dinner would be tough. I feel like the entertainment that night so much would be tough. I just feel like he would give me so much wisdom, and I don't even care if it's 20 minutes. He would give me so much wisdom in 20 minutes, and you know, just hearing, you know, him start as a comedian and everything, and go like people probably didn't even believe in him. Like, you know, I remember seeing him first on The Community, and then I wouldn't have thought he has his own show doing a bunch of stuff. Like, I would have never thought that. So, you know, and he's a huge inspiration, man. He is killing it for not just Black culture, just culture itself, man. He's the fashion, the way he thinks, the way he critiques things, the way he builds people up on like this mound of like his success and wants to bring them on top with him. You know, it's insane the amount of stuff that he does. But Donald Glover, man, that's definitely be my guy. So quick, what was your question you would ask Debbie Reynolds, and what's a question you would ask? Damn, I forgot his name. Morgan Freeman. Ooh, there it is. There it is. Lean on me, baby.
God.
Don't give me them powers. That's too many. That's too much.
I honestly cannot think of one specific question that I would ask her, because she really has had a whole life within herself. Because backstory, I could talk to her about relationships, because there was Debbie Reynolds was America's sweetheart. Like, she was married to Eddie Fisher, who was also a famous actor at the time. And he ended up leaving her for her best friend, Elizabeth Taylor. Oof. And then they got married. So, like, there's just so much that you could talk to her about. Like, not only just, like, being a woman and being able to stand out amongst a group of guys, but also, like, how do you come back from something like that? Like, there's just so much I would want to talk to her about. Just life in general.
Heck yeah. What about you, CJ? What's a question you would ask Mr. Morgan Freeman, Mr. Lean On Me, Mr. Mandela?
Driving Miss Daisy. I think a question I think I would ask Morgan Freeman is there any part of this life that you chose that you could take back? Right? Obviously, being an actor and doing it for the art, but it's like, what part of that would you take away, if not any? Like, obviously, some people say maybe the fame, or, you know, maybe I'll take the money, but you can have the fame. I'm just curious. I'm curious because obviously, when you're always in the public eye for so long, you know, like, what is that like? You know, does it corrupt you? Do you feel like you've been corrupted by the industry? I think that's the question. That's the final question.
Okay. Mine for Donald Glover would be, you've hit all these hallmarks and all these goals. How do you stay motivated? Like, what goals do you keep presenting yourself and keeping you going? Because right now, you know, he's done so much and has his hand in so much. It's like, you know, what's next? Like, what other goals do you really want to hit? And how do you discover talent? You know, how are you discovering these people that you think would just be amazing for your show? Because I think I read an article. What's Brian Tyree? Is that his name?
Brian Tyree Henry.
So, like, people thought, like, for his show, like, other people, when he brought the show to them, like, no, this guy isn't going to do it. And then it's like, this guy's everywhere now. Like, I think he was in one of the nominations for Best Supporting Actor in that movie with
Bullet Train.
No, not that one. It was
that Bullet? It was
the one with him and the girl from Hunger Games. They had like a movie together. I Was it Brian
Tyree Henry?
Tyree Henry. Let's see.
It came out this year?
Yeah, Causeway.
Yeah, I remember seeing the trailer. Yes,
Causeway.
I didn't want to watch that.
Yeah. So he got nominated for, you know, one of those awards for Best Supporting Actor in that. And it's like, how do you find these people, and, you know, how do you keep yourself goal oriented? Like, you just hit so many hallmarks, man, and it's just incredible.
Apple TV movie.
But all right, we're gonna switch things up a little bit. Gabby, this one's personally for you.
Oh.
So let's just say you have a Beauty and the Beast moment. All your furniture comes to life. Who's going to be your best friend? Who in your house is going to be your best friend when they come to life?
Oh, definitely my couch.
All right. And then who's going to be your enemy? Who's going to be your enemy? Who do you think is going to hate you the most?
The front door.
Yeah.
You only need me when you want to leave. You only need me when you want to come in.
I don't know. I
It's
don't
a
know what
weird
would be my
question, but I
enemy.
thought of it.
Ooh, I know the answer. It would be my in table because I hit my foot on it all the time already. So we already got beef. So I know it would be my in table.
You heard it. You heard it here, folks. Her couch would be her best friend, the end table, because she kicks his ass all the time, and he got beef. Won't start none, won't be none. All right, CJ, got a question for you as well. It's just for you. I know you're into film and TV and stuff. If you could have a network or streaming service reach out to you and say, "Hey, we want to bring you on," which network or TV service would that be? Whether it's HBO Max, Netflix, or ESPN, or whatever it may be, who would you be like, yeah, I'm gonna go with this person? It's like it's your signing day. You have all the hats in front of you. What hat are you picking up and going?
That's
I
a
feel like I
great
know the
question.
answer. Oh.
That's a great question. Because I've thought about this. I mean, obviously, with each network, there is your pros and cons. Obviously, your exposure. But I think I would go left. I think I would sign a deal with Crackle.
Okay. Hey, let me tell you why I love Crackle.
And why?
You please do, and I'm gonna tell you why I love Crackle.
Yeah, go for it.
No, I said go ahead. I said I'll tell you after.
Oh, I thought you. Oh, see, okay, so this is my thing, right? So, one of my goals probably is to be a creative director. That was kind of like one of my OG goals coming out of college, which is just kind of finding talent and getting it produced, like looking for a network. I would love to work for a network, and that's kind of like an end goal. Or honestly, I want to create my own network in theory, which I think I'm slowly starting to do. And I just think to be able to take something small, free, and really turn it into like a diamond to where it's a must-see destination. Like it's easy. You can go to Netflix, you have the infrastructure, they'll allow you to do what you want to do. You can go to Disney, you can go to Apple, you can go to like Amazon, like that's cool. But Sony and Crackle, man, I think it's just you get an opportunity to do something. It's going to be tough to start with, but the biggest thing is if you make quality content and great content over and over again, you're going to create such a new wave. And seeing the world change and turn because of the influence that you've had based off the art that you created, it's nothing better than that.
100%. I wasn't expecting that, but I listened and I heard the direction you were going to. Love that. I love Crackle because they have one of the best animated TV shows in the world on there, and you can't find it anywhere else. The Men in Black animated series is on there, and I watch that all the time. And you can't find it anywhere. So
there was this,
awesome.
I don't know if it's still on Crackle, but I know Crackle has a few originals right now. But this movie, We Own the Night, was on Crackle that I watched. I did like a movie club thing with it, and that movie is really good with Joaquin Phoenix and I think Mark Wahlberg as well as in there. But it's a really good movie. A sleeper, some would say.
Sleeper. Someone put him in a sleeper. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to try to get you a way into CJ's heart and Gabby's heart right now. So, CJ.
Yeah.
Now, ladies, my man likes Bojangles. All right. He loves
Bowtime, baby.
He loves it. All right, now, ladies, I'm about to give you a way into CJ's heart. CJ, what is your go-to Bojangles order, my man?
Hey, good question. For a long time, well, not for, yeah, I mean, honestly, Cajun filet biscuit, bow rounds, large pink lemonade, easy. But if I'm if I'm feeling myself a little bit, go ahead and add 2 Bowberry biscuits as well to that order. And we chilling.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you're probably gonna get mad at, or ladies, you heard it here first. That's the way to his heart. Send it to him. I don't know if he has a PO box, but send it to him. He might get it. He might not. We don't know. You're probably gonna hate me for this, CJ. I like their steak biscuits more than their chicken.
Yes,
biscuits.
I've had. Okay, all right, relax. But I've actually for a little bit I've had their steak biscuits, because they're like 2 for $4. So I was on that I was on that kick for like a good minute. I've actually had their pork chop grillers recently too, and those actually surprisingly good. Not surprisingly, but like I didn't know what to expect with it. But they're like got this like kick to them with like this like sweet sauce. Like it was really good.
Okay. Now, Gabby, what is your go-to Starbucks drink? Now, fellas, you can send this to her job. I'm not going to tell you where she works at, but you can find out somehow, some way. I guess I don't know how you can do that. I guess I lied to you, but this is the way to her heart right here. And gift cards are the way to her heart as well. Gift cards.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So what is your go-to Starbucks drink? And then what is your go-to breakfast? Fellas, if you can't cook, she don't want you.
Okay, so Starbucks drink, honestly, I don't have like a go-to one besides just iced coffee. But even that, like sometimes I'll get caramel in there. Sometimes I'll get like I get different flavor, just whatever I'm feeling that day.
What you get
But
today?
I do love a cappuccino. I love a cappuccino. But they're expensive. So you got to go with the iced coffee sometimes when you're like...
Oh, boy.
Or you're on the struggle bus.
Yeah.
100%. Let's not call it a struggle bus. You just got priorities. You know what I'm saying? You just got priorities you got to deal with.
I'll be on that struggle bus. I'll be on that
bus. Okay, so that's your Starbucks, and then what's your go-to breakfast if you could have one?
Like a place or just like
so a place, and then what's your order or just your place?
Well, I've recently discovered this new place in where I live that has bagels that are really good. So I'd have to go with a bagel. A nice egg and cheese bagel. You got like a bacon, egg, and
cheese? What everything? Bacon, egg, and cheese?
Sure.
They have different cream cheeses, and that's what makes it good. Like I love a good cream cheese.
When she's talking about this place, if I know this place she's talking about, it's amazing. It's amazing.
They got some good bagels.
So good, CJ.
Unstunted bagels?
Nah,
no,
man.
It's like a local place. It's literally called like Best Bagels in Knoxville or something like that. Or I don't know what.
That's what's up.
It was weird too because we brought it up and the outside looked like it was kind of sketch, but the reviews are just
that's the best place.
Okay,
best thing I've ever seen.
What Christian considers sketch is not what everybody considers sketch.
No, not like that.
Because
it's
his
like
high society living over there.
No. Like usually a bagel place is by itself. This place was like at like a town center type place, like in the same place like as a Walmart, but it's on the end, like one of those stops like on the end, and it's. No, there was no wall. Yeah, I guess in a way, like it was weird. It was weird.
There.
It was super weird. I didn't expect the bagel place to be there because right next door is the cigar shop. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't know what to expect.
Priorities.
So you got a bagel cigar? Like that's a perfect combination.
That's why I said
you
priorities.
Put the cigar through the bagel and smoke that thing. You know what I mean?
And then
he trying to smoke the O's. He trying to make them O's. But all right, the bagel place and iced coffee, but she loves a cappuccino if you're ready to spend some money on it. Understood. All right, so we got another one for you guys. Have you guys ever at any point in time in your life been caught with your foot in your mouth and a little lie? Yeah.
I was like,
I'm sucking my own toes over here. I'm sucking my own toes. What am I doing?
I was like,
this is getting too personal here. What's going on?
Jesus Christ.
I mean, listen,
been caught, man.
As a good person like me, I never lie. I tell the truth all the time. Okay, I never lie. So you can never get caught when you never lie.
No, I never lie. I always tell the truth. Yeah, it's never been caught in a lie.
Well, guys, I've been caught with my foot in my mouth and lied before, but I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real about it. But yeah. So we're gonna fast forward through that since everybody just wanted to say no, so we ain't gonna do that. All right, guys. A weird question here. It's to the both of you. Is cereal soup and is a hot dog a sandwich?
Yeah,
no.
Cereal is gazpacho, a cold soup.
All right. What about you guys? What do you think?
I don't, because I can't say that it's soup. No, I have to. It's not soup. It's not soup because soup is like hearty, to me.
No, it's not all soups are hearty.
Well, not all soups are. I guess that's
hearty.
right. All right, fine.
But shit,
soup.
you see them hearty ass cereal?
Hey, she said it. She said it. It is a soup. Heck yes. All right, now, would you classify a hot dog as a sandwich, though?
I mean, if you want to get technical, it's in 2 pieces of bread.
I'll live for her to say it. It has the meat between the bread.
It has the meat.
Hey, like
I was
Arby's.
watching myself.
I'm just looking for some bread out here. You know what I mean? It'd be tough.
I was about to say something, and I'm glad I stopped myself.
Oh boy! We watched the first season of Bel-Air, and you remember this scene where the kid was in the locker room, the white kid was in the locker room, and he was saying the N-word and everything.
Yeah,
and they're yelling at each other, and then him and Carlton are back at the house, and they're like yelling at each other, and he was like, he said, "You allow your boy Chad to say those words?" He was like, "First of all, his name is not Chad, it's Connor." He was like, "I don't care what the fuck his Wonder Bread name is." I said, "Yo," I was like, "Yo, where did?" And apparently, like he came up with that like on the fly, and I was like, "You know what? All right."
Oh, really?
Oh my gosh, have you seen that picture that's been going around? And it's like 2 like stereotypical frat boy, like 2 white frat boys. Woo. And everybody was like, "What's their names?" And then it's just everybody listing what their names are, and it's so funny. It is so funny.
I love it.
All right, so we're gonna switch it up a little bit. CJ, you're probably gonna say Crackle on this one though, but I don't know. If you could own, you too, Gabby. If you know what? No, this one's gonna be for you, and I just thought of one for you, Gabby. If you could own a TV franchise or a sports team or a college or be like an athletic director of a college, which would it be? Which one would you choose, and which organization would you choose? Whether it's a baseball team or any sports team or TV, if you want to go that route and own one of those, what would you choose? And then Gabby, your question is, if you could own the rights for any theater, like musical or theater play, which one would you choose? Hey, I came with the questions.
Do I have to just choose one of these franchises? Because that's
you can choose 2. I'll give you 2. I'll give you 2. You can be a tycoon.
I am a tycoon. Rawr. For sure, I want to order a sports franchise. I think that's kind of top of my list. You know what? I kind of want to own like I don't know which football I want to do.
Say it. Yes,
I don't know which football I want to do, but I definitely want to own an English soccer team. I think that would
say
be
it, cool. CJ. Say the team.
And you say the team I want to own.
And I know what it is.
And it's Sunderland till I die.
Wrong team. I was hoping you said.
What are you going to say, Wrexham?
No, I want you to say Leeds. You got to own Leeds.
I mean, Leeds would be cool.
Tough.
Shit, Everton's about to be up for sale. So if I put my money together, Everton.
Oh, brother.
Everton.
I love you, man. I love you, man.
Howard.
And if we make a lot of money off this show and you own Everton, that'd be the greatest comeback story in the history of comeback stories. I would have to write a movie about your life. I would write that movie about your life. I'm just letting you know.
Well, we know who you would play you now because we already had that discussion. So
that's the thing. Like, I could go this low. I could go do what Wrexham did. Like, right? You fund your low league team. which you could get the buy-in level would be pretty, I would say, relatively cheap. You know, like I would
100%.
just like I would try to own like an MLS Next team, or I don't know, because American soccer system right now is not the greatest, but for sure, like if there was an opportunity to own a small team in England, Spain, Italy, Germany, I would do it for sure. Or I would buy my Washington Commanders. That would be awesome as well.
Can you ask me what team I would buy? Can you ask me?
What team would you buy?
I would buy AFC Richmond. Go Greyhounds. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's who I
was waiting for that.
Hey, I was. I definitely was.
And also,
I also would buy the Panthers, so I can just make them tank. Or I would buy South Carolina and just decommission the football team. Tarnish. Or Tennessee. Or Tennessee, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You would be the biggest villain.
Tennessee makes a lot of money, though. I should know because they're getting a lot of my money.
But no, but for real though, I think a team
they got money.
Whoa, a team that I would own, honestly, man. I think I might go Leeds, or like a EuroLeague basketball team, man. You know, I might do something like that route. That might be a little funny fun. You know, go in partnership with Luca on his old team.
Yes, sir.
Hey, you know,
watch out for his mom though. She a tycoon out there. It'd have been the worst way. The worst way.
So then you got your two teams, your sports teams. You said Sunderland.
But I also do want to buy the DC cinematic universe.
Hey man, that video that James Gunn put out today.
Can we talk about this for a quick second?
We will. We're gonna talk about it when we at the end of the questions, and then we're gonna go into the last chance. I promise you, we will talk about it. But right, Gabby, have you seen the video yet?
No.
Okay, so that's what we're gonna have to do. Gabby's gonna have to watch it real quick, put herself on mute, and watch it, and we can still talk about. But it was kind of a long video. Jesus,
it was a long ass video. You don't.
It wasn't even like that. It was like maybe like 3 minutes.
It was 6 minutes long. It was 6 minutes
That's long. A long.
But it was worth it. It was worth it to me, especially when my man dropped the L word. I said, "Okay, yes, sir."
Everything's gonna. Oh, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it, but it was cool. Obviously, this would have dropped 2 days ago, as of time of this is out. Or this video that James Gunn released was January 31st, the last day of January, which is a lot of excitement for DC Universe. I feel like. So yeah.
Heck yeah. All right, Gabby, which theater or musical you would purchase or be the head of if you could choose one?
So part of me wants to like pick the highest grossing, obviously, because money. Yeah. But then also it's
dollar bills, y'all.
What if you support one of these new ones that all of a sudden becomes a smash hit? So that's a hard question because I obviously don't know any of the new ones because, they're new.
Right.
But then I could go like Lion King that's going to be running for forever and make a bunch of money. So
that's true.
It's just, I'm not sure what I would want to do.
Gun to your head. You have to make a decision right now.
Hamilton. Only because I'm trying to get tickets and I really want to see it.
I was hoping she said Hamilton because if she didn't, I was damn sure going to say
either that Hamilton. Or Chicago. Ooh,
definitely
Chicago's a good one too.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to go purchase that Marvel musical that they did in Hawkeye. I'm definitely going to purchase that one because that was a bop. Definitely was a bop. Or I'm going to purchase the Baby Bop one because he was definitely doing theatrical things in that video. But Hamilton and Chicago, I'm not familiar with Chicago. I know.
You'll know if you heard some of the songs, the song and all that jazz. That's from Chicago. Nope. Okay. What about the Cell Block Tango, where it's like pop, squish, or he had it coming.
Cell Block Tango.
He had it coming. No, that song's literally about how a bunch of women killed their husbands. So
Yeah, we're gonna switch the subject.
I think this is a losing battle for you, Gabby.
usually,
Respectfully.
when it comes
How
to
much fun-
musicals,
I know someone who's really into musicals, and I'm going to introduce you to her.
thank you.
Awesome. All right, guys. All right, let's say you're eating wings or you're eating a chicken sandwich or something.
My stomach's
No,
growling,
no,
y'all.
you go
We're
first.
talking too much food.
Are you what you going for? The ranch or the blue cheese? Me myself, I am a ranch guy, so I'm gonna go ranch. So
It depends
you
what we.
blue-
First of all, it depends on the wing flavor. You can't just talk about wings because I like both. You know, what I mean, I'm a person who dives into the ranch and the blue cheese. But obviously, it got to be good blue cheese. Of course, I think there's more bad blue cheeses than are bad ranches. I would say.
True. That
So
is true.
ranch is a safer bet for the most part. But I do love if you find you like a really good blue cheese dressing, it's elite.
I agree.
So you're choosing blue cheese.
For sure.
All right,
I like
Gabby,
that
what you
steak and
choosing?
cheese.
I mean, I always go for ranch, but I do agree. But most of the time, blue cheeses aren't good. So that's why I always go for ranch because I don't want to risk it, you know?
I've never had blue cheese, and I think I will never ever try it because that don't
I
even sound
love blue
appealing.
cheese.
It's so good. I'm telling you.
It
You need
is
to go
so
to-
good.
If there's the best blue cheese I've ever had is at Breck's Steakhouse in North Charleston. That's my favorite blue cheese. They have it. They make it fresh in house. It is to die for. I put that shit on everything.
I put that shit on it.
Speaking of putting things on everything,
Lord.
how do you guys feel about? You don't put this on everything, but I put it on burgers. I put it on sandwiches. I put it on crackers, pretzels. You know. Oh, brother, here we go.
Continue.
Anyways, are you guys? What are you guys into? Crunchy peanut butter or creamy peanut butter or smooth peanut butter? What are we into?
Are we making a sandwich or are we just eating it out of the jar?
Whichever one you want. Just up. What you go to? Gun to your head. Pow,
But there's a
pow.
difference for me.
Well, I guess you're gonna have to make that
I
decision
always
there.
go for the smooth peanut butter, that Peter Pan.
Oh.
Okay. What about you, Gabby?
If I'm putting it on a sandwich, I always go for the smooth. But if I'm just wanting a little snack, you know, just eating it out the jar, crunchy is the best for that.
Whenever I need a snack, I just call CJ. But anyways,
I'm a whole damn meal. You better recognize.
you are. But I want. You got portions, man.
Because you know he can't have all of me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's got to be some left for me.
Oh, giggity.
All right, guys. So I want you guys to choose out of this category here. Which one was the best one, or which one was your favorite? Not say the best one, but which one was your favorite? So you got Disney, Nickelodeon, or Cartoon Network when we grew up. Which one were you choosing? Yeah, CJ, you can go last on that one. Give you some time to think about that, big dog. So Gabby, Disney, Nickelodeon, or Cartoon Network? I'm talking about when we grew up. You got your Rocket Power, your Beyblades. You got the Disney shows. You got what's that guy's name? Was it Lucas? No, the Green Alien. Golly. Oh man, hold on.
Green alien?
I don't.
Lloyd. Y'all remember Lloyd? Y'all don't remember
Lloyd in space.
Lloyd in space. Y'all don't remember Lloyd in space?
I vaguely remember that.
Polioli. You got, Cartoon Network, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Ed, and Eddie, Powerpuff Girls, Mojo Jojo. You got all that going on.
Can I
What
go
you
first?
picking?
Actually,
Yes,
Go ahead, man.
please.
What you got?
so obvious. Okay, so you guys don't know. Like Disney is not my strong suit. Like at least movie wise. Like I watched some Disney Channel stuff. Like growing up, Hannah Montana. Good Luck Charlie.
That's when we were a little bit older, man.
Cheetah Girls.
'Cause we are
That's So Raven,
sisters.
Corey in the House, Pair of Kings, Phineas and Ferb. You know, those are good. Those are good. Then Nickelodeon, you got iCarly, Drake and Josh. You got all like the Nick games, right? With Guts, Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Those were the good. That was a good old day.
Those were elite.
Yeah. What's the one with the something 2000, 3000 or something? Do you know what I'm talking about? It was like a TV show.
So, I know what you're talking about. I can't think of it.
And they used to give out prizes and stuff.
Yeah. I thought the games were really cool. The Nick games they did. Also, I mean, Rocket Power, Nick at Night. When I used to watch George Lopez. I don't know if you can consider that Nickelodeon, but I'm considering
you do, man. You'd be at 3 a.m. You'd be waking up.
Yeah.
Like, bro, why are you so loud? I was cool whole time. 3 a.m.
Oh my gosh.
All loud. What you doing?
I just saw a video of him where he was like, you know who will always remember me? The kids that I woke up at 3 a.m. blasting Lowrider. Those are the ones
and now he has a new show out with his daughter, which is really cool.
Oof. They did a reunion episode actually, man, with all of them, and I didn't watch it.
I think so.
I'm not big on reunion stuff. Keep it back there. Keep it in the past. It's okay. Unless it's Power Rangers. Then I'm all game.
But yeah,
all day.
Those are really great. But I think my final answer has to be Cartoon Network, because I think Cartoon Network, the two shows that really had the biggest hold on me growing up was Ed, Edd n Eddy and Codename Kids Next Door. Those were probably my two favorites. I mean, I watched a little bit of Courage, Johnny Bravo. I mean, if you count Boomerang, I used to like to watch the Jetsons, if that counts as like Cartoon Network. Flintstones. What else? I fucking blanking on some obvious one. But
you got the Powerpuff Girls, man. You got a lot.
Powerpuff Girls. Oh yeah, the Powerpuff Girls. What was Johnny Test on?
That was
I think
Cartoon
that was
Network.
Cartoon Network.
Yep. Dexter's Laboratory. DD. Hey, Mama was thick in a mug, boy.
Yeah.
Mama was thick.
So I have to leave Cartoon Network for my go-to.
And that Nickelodeon show I was talking about was Double Dare.
Double Dare, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was good. I really love Legends of the Hidden Temple because that shit was always be mysterious. I used to watch it right before I go to school every morning. This is like 4th, 3rd grade. Long time ago, brother, because we almost
relax. We ain't gonna talk about
relax.
All right, Gabby, what you got going on here? What you picking? Wow. Disney, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network.
So I didn't have cable growing up. So the only chance I really got to watch any sort of cartoons or anything besides like my Disney movie VHS tapes was like Saturday mornings on ABC when they would put the Disney shows. So I got to watch Lizzie McGuire, That's So Raven, Phil of the Future, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Like, that was the only time. But when I was at my stepfamily's house, they did have cable, and we would watch Cartoon Network all the time. Like, they even had, I don't know if you guys liked it, but not only Codename Kids Next Door, but there was a show called Totally Spies.
Yes, the 3 girls. They were like, yes.
I loved that one.
I just rewatched that like last year. I rewatched the whole series.
Also, Drama Island. You guys remember that?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Drama Island.
Yes, that was awesome.
That was.
Yeah.
That was. I think for me, man, I'm gonna go Nickelodeon. Just because Double Dare and Rocket Power was my thing. Jimmy Neutron was my man. I love me some Jimmy Neutron.
I like that Jimmy. Slap. Clap.
Yeah.
Bolby.
What's the other dude? What's
Sheen?
He had his own spinoff show.
Sheen.
Yeah, that motherfucker was stupid as hell, boy.
They did a TikTok thing on him. They said how random he is, bro. He's the most random character in animated series history. Gotta be. And you got Avatar: The Last Airbender on Nickelodeon, man. So it was just goated for me, man. It was just goated. So Nickelodeon. So I got Nickelodeon. You both had Cartoon Network. That's awesome. Disney, you'll make the cut one day. but today is not your day. But you had great like live action movies. I will say that. No other network really had the live action movies. Y'all had them up on a headlock. So we're gonna go to something else here. And Gabby, I want you to tell people a little bit about yourself on this one. What's your dream job, Gabby? What is your absolute dream job? You would do it. I wouldn't say you would do it for no money because you need money. Everybody needs money. But if you can get paid a certain price tag, what is your dream job? Let the people know.
My dream job. I don't know. Somebody else go first.
Jesus.
I don't know.
My dream job, honestly, would have to being on this cast and being on the other one would hate to pile on with these people of Jonathan, CJ, and Doc and Gabby, and us going famous. That was set the tone right there. I'd be cool with that, making a bunch of money with you guys. What's the point of making money if your friends can't make money with you? You know what I'm saying? Ooh. And then my other one would definitely be 100% a college basketball coach. I don't even care. It could be assistant coach. I don't care. I would just want to work with a college basketball team and just do that for the rest of my life if I could. But yeah, number one is definitely getting money with my friends. And yeah. CJ, what you got? Since Gabby, you got to think on it.
To be quite honest with you, I think one of my dreams is to just shake ass and get money. So I think starting off in the small markets, shaking ass and then building my repertoire up and continually to get bigger to finally get to the big leagues of Atlanta, Georgia, and shaking ass and eating chicken wings.
Where at? Say it. Where at?
Magic City, baby.
Hey, where all your dreams may come true. But down the street, you can get robbed. Yes, sir.
You get robbed right at the front door. Did you mean?
All right. Well, Gabby, what's your dream job?
I don't know. I have so many. That's the thing. Like, I would love to work for Vogue in some sense. Like Anna Wintour, she could be as mean to me as she wants. I don't care. I still would love to work for her. But then, like, another part of me is like, I would love to be an actress.
Okay.
Because I feel like I'm very animated in general, just like in everyday life. I feel like that just goes to waste. Like whether even just being on Broadway would be,
that'd be cool.
A dream, but
I think you could do it.
Definitely cool. I don't know why you thought you couldn't have that on there. I don't know why you can say 2. I said 2. You can say 2.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just was trying to sum up how to say.
I'm shocked. I thought you would say running your own place or being the head honcho at your own fashion place. I thought that would be a thing.
That's so deceiving. Everybody always, whenever I'm like, oh, I love clothes, I love fashion, everybody always thinks that means I want to start my own business. That is absolutely not true.
I didn't say start.
Because
I didn't say start.
I'm not creative enough to be a designer. Like when you look at high fashion, the concepts that they come up with and like it's just so crazy, but that's another reason why I appreciate it so much. Okay. So like I would love to work for like a fashion house, but I would not want to be the one that's having to come up with designs because I don't even have that kind of capacity to come up with those kind of stuff.
I understand. Well, I got one more question for you guys, or 2 more actually. Who is your favorite artist? Or what's your favorite album? Who is your favorite artist or what's your favorite album? Who is it? You don't got to explain or anything. Just tell me who it is. Because I want to know. The viewers want to know what type of music you rocking with. Who is your top person on that thing that happened on Snapchat or whatever? Who was your top group you were listening to? CJ, who was your top 5 in the faves? You know what I'm talking about.
So my Spotify Wrapped, because cool kids. I would say the artist that I'm the biggest fan of is Childish Gambino. He's like my all-time favorite artist. But there's a lot of people that I do currently like and I listen to heavily because they put out more music.
Right.
But my favorite album of all time is probably Because the Internet. I just love that album so much. It's just the perfect album. It's between that album or my Dark Twisted Beautiful Fantasy.
By
What Kanye West.
okay, no, I don't know what happened. I missed your first one, or maybe is it because of the internet?
Yeah. So my first one is Because of the Internet.
Okay, because
by Childish Gambino.
the way you set that up in my mind, I don't know about Gabby, but in my mind, it was like, oh, so my favorite album just because is something by the internet, and I was like, and then you went to the next album. I was like, where was the first one? Like, where did that separate? Where did I miss it? All right, Because of the internet, and I was like, okay, because the internet did what? What song? What album was it? All right, cool. All right, so Because of the internet, and then what was your second one?
My Dark Twisted Fantasy. Yeah,
that's the New Slave.
Perfect album that Kanye West put out.
That New Slave on there,
but it's also my no.
Thought it was.
That's Yeezy.
Oh,
yeah. It's the one with the Power Monster.
If you love Monster, you better watch Adele sing that song, rap that song. She goes crazy when she sings that song.
First things with her like British accent. First things first, I eat your brains. It's funny.
All right. What about you, Gabby? Favorite song or favorite artist? Favorite album? What you got?
Well, I'm gonna go artists because most of my favorite artists are older.
Okay.
So in high school, it kind of more like middle school, it started. I became obsessed with Michael Jackson. Like all of his music, I would watch his performances. Like he came out with the movie and I watched that. And then I went to go see This Is It in theaters. Like I love Michael Jackson.
Okay.
Love him. And then my second is ABBA.
Okay.
I love ABBA.
They're not a one-hit
wonder, by the way. Yeah,
they're not a one-hit wonder.
I almost threw up when he was like, "Who's ABBA?" And I was like, "It's Dancing Queen." He goes, "Oh, a one-hit wonder?" And I was like, "No, like they have so many hits. Like, oh, it's not a one-hit wonder." There's a whole movie. Mamma Mia is literally all ABBA songs. Like even the second one, it's just all ABBA songs.
So basically, what you're saying is ABBA paid these people to make this movie to play all their songs. So I gotcha.
No, somebody made a Broadway musical about ABBA, like using ABBA songs.
All right, I've never seen Mamma Mia, so I wouldn't know.
You're missing out.
I might be, and you are missing out.
That's fine.
Have you seen Mamma Mia?
Yeah. I am a cultured person over here. I need to rewatch it though.
That's my guilty pleasure movie.
When he says rewatch it, he means watch it for the first time. That's what he means.
No, I don't. Like I've seen Mamma Mia.
I don't know, man. I've never watched it. No. I've seen that one movie before, the jeans one. When they all fit in the same jeans, that was a weird.
Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
Traveling Pants.
Yeah, I seen that one before. That was interesting.
That is not Mamma Mia.
I never said it was Mamma Mia. Who said it was Mamma Mia?
Close.
Who said it was Mamma Mia?
You kind of like trying to compare it.
Oh, I just meant like I know one movie I've seen that.
You jumped from like a bubbly, bouncy musical to like.
Was that America Ferrera's like first like big? No, Ugly Betty was her first big thing, right?
No. Sister of the Traveling Pants came out before Ugly Betty, I'm pretty sure. But also, I did love Ugly Betty. That was a good show.
Yeah. Have y'all seen the show? I forget what it is, but it's like similar to like it's like I forget what it's called, but it's a show about this girl who got pregnant. She got accidentally inseminated when she went to like
Jane the Virgin.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I like that. I like that show. That was a good show.
I've only seen a couple of them. Like I've never seen the whole.
It's a weird show. Different, but I like it though.
How would you feel, Gabby, if you got inseminated? That just sounds so gross, but
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like you go to like a little checkup, and the next you know it's like, oh, like I feel funny. like, a week later, like, what the fuck's happening?
Honestly, I would be so pissed. I would be so pissed. I don't even want children right now. If I accidentally had, like, not even like I did absolutely nothing wrong. Like, it's not like I was being messy or, like I literally went in for a checkup and I would be pissed.
She's not upset about the kids.
About to run that checkup. You about to run that checkup once you see the motherfuckers. That's all I know.
Facts. Money.
Pissed.
So for my favorite artist and album of all time, I'm a J. Cole fan, but 2014 Forest Hill Drive is gonna be my favorite album of all time. That's my favorite album. Every song on there is a bop. Every song on there is deep. My favorite song on there is 03 Adolescence. It is insane. Hey, and then you know the iconic one, Rest in peace, Uncle Phil. For real. You only father that I ever knew. I get my pregnant, I'm gonna be a better you. I mean, that whole album was just insane. Came out, I was like a sophomore in college, and it just I feel like it just changed so much. Like it changed, like I feel like it really changed rap 100%. Like it just.
And it changed you?
Hey, it did, man. It did. Because, after that, like I always listen to rap music, but I never tried to feel what rappers were saying. And then in that whole album, like I felt like I heard and felt everything that he was saying. All the emotions, all the mistakes that he made. And that's one thing about him, man. He's gonna keep it real, and he's not gonna sugarcoat anything. And he kept it real and everything, even in today. Like he said, he rather you rap about being a broke rapper, not rapping about money that you don't have, because technically, when you sign that contract, the industry does give you that $3 million.
It's a loan. It's not yours.
It's a loan.
It's a loan.
He said, ain't nobody owning me. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And then what he say? If you broke and clowning a millionaire, then joke is on you. And he said some real life stuff, bro. Simple things.
Can I give an honorable mention?
Go ahead.
Honorable mention album, and I have to give shout out to Keith and Jonathan for putting me on to Russ back in 2017, 16, around that time. Okay. There's Really a Wolf. That album is no skips.
Wait.
Absolutely no skips. Vibes. Like, it was like when I first discovered Russ, I was like, this is because like I'm a big T-Pain fan. So like whenever you can like rap, but you can like harmonize, you can sing, like you're like the total package. And like, you know what I mean? And you can, but you like, know how to put an album together. And like, that's what makes me more of a fan, when you can have a concept and you can like really like go deep in it. And like, not every song sounds the same, or, you switch it up, but you just have banger after banger after banger. I like, if you haven't listened to Russ, or if you haven't listened to anything, I would highly recommend listening to There's Really a Wolf, because that album is a perfect album.
I will say an album that I can listen to and not skip any of the songs is 24 Karat Magic by Bruno Mars. Like, I can listen to and sing every single one of those songs.
What did Russ say?
I like Bruno.
Taking all the shots like Kobe. Almost
81.
Hey,
I did see Russ in concert last year, so that was cool. I got that knocked off my bucket list. I have seen Childish Gambino. There's only, I don't know who else is on my list to actually see live now, thinking about it. So yeah, that's not many people I would want to see. Maybe Mike Dimes. I like to see Mike Dimes.
So my last question for you guys, then we're gonna switch it up. Gotta find it here. If you could be a superhero, what superhero power would you have? You can only have one, people. You can only have one.
Oh, brother. Can flying just be an inevitable, like, every superhero should have it?
Yes.
Because, you know what I mean? Like, if you're a superhero that cannot fly, you're a bum.
Flash is not a bum.
But he's fast, so it's
but he flies to an extent.
Like, he flies.
Aquaman.
He flies in the water.
It's kind of crazy though. The boy gotta pick you up. We gotta go to the tower, and I gotta carry this.
Was it Atom Smasher? Oh God!
Batman don't.
I don't know what you're doing, man. At least Batman's smart enough to get some fucking wings on that motherfucker to wing glide and shit.
Well, he has that little spaceship thing that he drives, like the little plane thing. So I mean, hey, he's with it. He's with it. But yeah, what superpower would you guys have?
Is telekinesis the one where you can move stuff with your mind?
Yes.
Okay, that's the one I would want.
I got verbal kinesis because I be moving people. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna just stop. I'm gonna stop. It sounded way different.
I saw where you were going, and
it sounded way different in my head.
Yeah,
we get what you're saying. We get what you're saying. We get what you're saying. It's all right, man. Hey, as long as we understand, it's okay.
Yeah.
What's your power, CJ?
Flying.
I said this man right here, man, makes a big deal about it.
No, if I could be any superhero, I would be Homelander.
Wait, who's
I'm
that?
toxic as fuck. That's what he is. You know,
remember when
Cardi B was like,
because by the way he sighed, I can already tell that it's from that show.
Which
one is he though?
Compound V.
He's like the main guy.
The blonde hair. He's like,
I know who you're talking about. Him?
Yeah.
I mean, I've only seen a few episodes, so maybe I'm missing something. But
you gotta watch it. If you haven't seen season 2, yeah, I'm catching up. It might be time to start season 3. Everyone keeps telling me to watch everything, and I'm just like, I don't know how I would do it. I don't know how I would do it. It's like you need to start watching Mandalorian. I'm trying.
Yes, Mandalorian season 3, March 1st. Get with it. Cocaine Bear comes out February 24th, and then you got Ant-Man, Quantumanium.
Quantum physics. I hate that class.
Comes out February 17th, and then also March 3rd. You got Creed 3 coming out. We got a list of things coming out, and
that's coming out in March.
Amazing. Yeah, it's right.
I'm so
hyped. I told you guys we got like movie.
Big bam boom. It's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be insane.
Guess what I just did, guys? I'm so excited. I don't think I've told you guys this yet.
You got tickets,
but no. Well, yes, but no. So I officially signed up for the Movie Pass beta that is coming back.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
So I officially signed up Sunday night, and so they got three different phases of the Movie Pass coming back. So you can't. I think yesterday was the last day to sign up for the beta to I guess it's like full launch or whatever. But 3 different tiers. You got basic, standard, and deluxe, I believe. Basic is 1 to 3 movies, standards 3 to 6, and then deluxe is 7 to 9 movies a month, and it goes 10, 20, 30. So I just did I'm a little basic 1 to 3, but you can always cancel or like upgrade. Because I was like 3 movies a month I think that was plenty. Because I was like, I started thinking like I almost went standard because I was like, I know there's a lot coming out pretty soon, but I'll always like delegate to the most which ones we want to talk about. So 100%. I'm excited. It should get here by next week. I think my card should be here so that I can be able to perfect time.
And what is Movie Pass through? AMC? What is they through?
No, it's everybody.
No, Movie Pass is its own thing. So Movie Pass was the OG. Like they started this back in like 2018 to where you pay original. This is the original plan before it went under. It was $10 a month and you go see any movie you wanted as many times as you wanted.
Yep.
And that obviously was a lot of people on it at first, but also it just blew up. It's like over 1 million people had it. And then it just kind of tanked because Movie Pass was trying to create deals with the movie theaters to where they get a percentage off of the concession stands. And with the movie theater business that's where movie theaters make the majority of their money is through concession stands. And the movie theaters did not want to give any percentage of their concessions to Movie Pass, even though they're bringing in more people because of the low entry point. And so that was the biggest thing. And then the company flopped, and it sucked because I watched a lot more movies that I wouldn't have watched. I mean, for $10 a month, and I was still in college when it was going on. So it was like, it was perfect. It was easy. I loved it. And like, if you want to go to like that's it. If you wanted to go to like a IMAX or like a little bit like better quality, you just pay a couple bucks extra. That's it, which is fun. It was great. So
I didn't know it was. So I can just I get this little card and I could just go to any movie theater.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why
I just recently found my own movie pass.
When I buy a movie online, like if I say go to Regal, I could just type in that card number or something.
I think
like you order your tickets through the app.
Yeah.
Oh, through Movie Pass?
Like through the app you buy it, then you just go there. And it's like kind of a digital ticket. They'll scan it. And it should go through.
It used to be where you had to actually swipe the card that they give you.
Yeah. It acted like a debit card.
Yeah. Like they would upload the money to the card for the movie. So I don't know how it worked, but
kind of like if you do like DoorDash or Instacart, like when you pre-order, they load that money that you need into. But $10 a month, it wasn't sustainable, which I get it, but it was such a great deal. But now like it kind of balanced out.
My Regal one is $20 a month. I'm pretty sure now. And granted, that's like you can see as many movies as you want. I mean, it's just with Regal, which is right next to where I live. So, obviously that's where I go the most anyways. But $10 that's a good deal. It's
a great deal. I mean, $10 for 3 movies, I'm here for it. Like, I mean, that's like $3.33 a movie. So if I decide to see all 3, even if I just see one, I still get my money's worth. So
because movie tickets are like $12.
At least, unless you don't go on like the Tuesday cheap day, you know what I mean?
Right. Dang, I hope they do well again because I would switch. Yeah, I'd switch.
How much was it now for the 1 to 3?
So 1 to 3 is like $10.
I'm signing up as we speak, brother. You know what I'm saying?
See if you can. I don't know if the beta's still open, but you can try.
All right, before I get into that, my superhero. Did you ever say your superhero power?
I said I just want to be Homelander, whatever the hell he can do.
Oh, right. Well, if we're doing that, I just want to be Jon Stewart, Green Lantern. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to be, and I'm so excited. That's who I want to be. I'm so excited for I'm so excited.
Yeah, and I know. Just when you said that, I was
kind of pissed though. So, guys, a little spoiler alert: they're gonna do a Green Lantern show.
Yes, it's called Lanterns, I think. Yeah, they got Lanterns, so it's like so. The first, hold on, let me get my phone because
where are they gonna put their shows out? Because Marvel's on Disney Plus. Like, where are they going?
DC's HBO owns DC now. But let me tell you, something. What really bothered me was for years we asked for Jon Stewart Green Lantern movie, right? And they were like, yeah, we're gonna do it. And I'm thinking James Gunn's about to put this thing to magnitude. And what did he say? We're going to do Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan. I said, ugh. Why can't we just get a black guy thing from DC? That's what I want. I want to see Jon Stewart. I don't care about Hal. I don't care. But it's going to be based off of just them two. And I'm okay with it as long as I get to see it. And I hope it's live action. And if it's animated, it's really going to bother me.
Also, I just think it's funny how Marvel has been like, coming out with all these shows and like all that stuff. And now all of a sudden that somebody was with Marvel is with DC. Now DC's going to start coming out with all these shows.
Well, so that's the thing,
DC
though. They have shows.
Like, right. They've always had shows animated. Like the Peacemaker was also like that was kind of something that was already out, right? But like Marvel, that's the thing. Marvel really, I would say DC did shows way past before, like Marvel, like did.
But were they all animated?
Some were animated.
Some were not. Like they did Swamp Thing. See, Swamp Thing filmed in Wilmington. And I know a bunch of people who worked on it, but it got canceled. They spent so much money on that show. They spent I think $19 or $17 million on the pilot, which was as much money as they spent on Game of Thrones pilot. So they spent a lot of money on it, and it just was a money pit. Like, and then like people liked the show, but they canceled it before it even came out because it was so problematic. Not problematic, but
it was just so scary. It was just so scary. People thought.
But yeah, and so now that Swamp Thing is something that's coming back, that's gonna be a part of this new vision. And so the first phase of James Gunn's what is it? I just had it. Of James Gunn's new DCU. It's called Monsters and Dragons. Something to monsters or something. Oh, Gods and Monsters. Chapter 1 is called Gods and Monsters, and he revealed just like not even the full like first step, but like everything. I guess he's already been able to start the process on. James Gunn he's a part of a lot of them, like writing a good bit of them. A big DC fan. So which is cool. So there should be a lot of cohesion. So, and he did specify that, like, okay, these are the people that are going to be a part of this universe, but there still can be like a like Christopher Nolan Batman, right? But that Batman will be not a part of this verse, but it can be a standalone thing.
Yeah, what is it called? What did he say? Elevated evolution, like it's just like a different thing. I guess in its own world, like elsewhere. That's what he says. DCU elsewhere. That's what DCE says.
Yeah.
It's elsewhere. It's another thing, so it's different. He has the Bold and Brave, or the Brave and the Bold, with Batman coming out. That's to be another movie, but
which I'm really excited for that.
Did anyone else hear that, or is that just me?
No, I heard it too.
All right, would you say something, CJ? You're like really staticky. Like it's like I can hear you, but it's like, is it bad? I can't do it. Yeah. It's like staticky. But one thing, that I loved about it was like, he said that he's going to drop a Superman movie in 2025. We can hear you. It's just like very staticky. But yeah, so you got Superman coming out, the Brave and the Bold, Lanterns,
the Bold and the Beautiful.
Bold and the Beautiful. But yeah, you got to watch the trailer. It's amazing. I mean, watch this little video, man. It's amazing. But yeah, I guess I would go with Green Lantern. The Authority. He got so much stuff that he wants to do. Gold. Booster Gold is going to be amazing. Let me tell you about Booster Gold. So basically, Booster Gold is his superhero, right? And he's in this certain time period. And no matter how hard he tries, he just like, it's bad. Like they just don't like him whatsoever. So he finds out a way to travel back in time to a different time to where he can be a superhero and people love him, like in the past. And people love him. And like he just does a superhero thing up there. And in the comics, it gets kind of hazy, different ways that they portray the story, because there's like different ones. But it's going to be amazing. I felt like he should have had something a long time ago. But James Gunn said Flash is an amazing movie. He loves it because it kind of brings into the new thing of things, is because they have different variants of different characters. And then he said Blue Beetle, he loves it as well. So, and y'all know me, most anticipated. Blue Beetle is one of mine, so I'm ready for it. But yeah, it's amazing.
He also said Shazam was like,
he said Shazam was good too,
but it's like I was confused what he said about Shazam.
He said it's just like his own. He's always been his own character. That's what he says. He's always been his own character. I don't think he's going to bring him into that DC universe. I think he'll be in the DCE, the elsewhere. But just because there's certain projects they don't put too much money in that they can't just get out of. They got to make it. But
Booster Gold though,
you're still static. You're still. It's worse, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I love you, but I'm sorry. But yeah, the DC thing that he did, Gabby, I'll send it to you. It was amazing. It's gonna be really good. So my final question for you two is, what's the best podcast in the world?
You hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
So the second question is, or my last question for you guys is, what's the best podcast in the world? What is it called? What is it? Who is it? You know? I feel like the people don't know what the best podcast in the world is, and I feel like we got to put them on. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we got to do our job. So what's the best podcast in the world, you know?
Hate to pile ons. What a dud.
Heck yes. I actually watched that show, and it's pretty amazing. The crew is amazing. The editing's amazing. What they do on Twitter and Twitch, it's amazing. And they kind of brought a new element to it, you know, bringing in another person and Gabby, I think her name is. It's Gabby, you know, and I think that they did an amazing job doing that, man. She's amazing on there. CJ's amazing. Kristen's all right, but it's just amazing, man. And it's
Christian's the GOAT, to be quite honest with you. I think a lot of people don't. I think a lot of people just don't put enough respect on him. You know what I mean? I think he really is the glue for that show. Yeah.
I was actually just watching it before we started talking. So.
Oh, nice. But yeah, if you need to figure out where you can find this amazing show, you can go actually on YouTube and type in "Hate to Pile On," and it's under that umbrella there. Or you can go on any podcast platform, whether it's Google, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts, and type in Whattadud, and I'm pretty sure you'll find them. And they actually put out some funny tweets and have some funny videos on Twitter at Whattadud Pod. So if you don't believe us, go check it out yourselves. I think you're gonna fall in love with it. But let's get back to our show. Let's talk about The Last of Us, this third episode.
Let me preface this.
Huh?
Let me preface by saying this episode right here, I felt like made this show stand apart from a lot of shows.
100%. So basically what we're going to do is I will give the rundown of what happened in the show. If you haven't seen it, spoilers right here for episode 3. If you haven't seen it right now at this timestamp, 1 hour and 21 minutes, you better go back and watch it. And 21. You better come back and get it right now after you watch the episode at the timestamp of 1 hour and 21 minutes. But basically the show starts off with where did it start off? They were walking, I think. Right?
Yeah, so the show starts off like right after, like they're in the woods, they've been walking for a little bit, but this is right after. It's not even that far. Like they're just like past the town where they blew up, or Tess got blown up. R.I.P. Tess. And
first of all, Tess looked real nice when she was all done up. She looked real nice. She looked a lot different when she was younger. Looked a lot different.
Oh, for sure.
I was like, okay.
But yeah, it was cool. And so like obviously like if a big event happens, someone just died. So there's kind of like you can see that tension between Ellie and Joel. And it was like you could tell there's tension there, but Ellie wants to talk about it, but Joel's like, I don't want to talk about Tess ever. And I was like, okay, buddy. Relax. I just what you like to do. You just like to push things down and not talk about it. Because I want to talk about your daughter. Like, how do you feel? Like, you know what I mean? Like, do you
I don't think she knows yet.
She doesn't. And
I'm
so,
ready for
like,
that
and it's
conversation.
Like, yeah, and he tries to treat her like a little girl too. Like that's something I've noticed early on in the show. It's like he's trying to protect her, but knowing like this world is so far gone, you can't protect her because we're all exposed. No one's really innocent now with the things that we have gone through. And so he's still trying to do that. So they kind of push forward. And then we get to this crazy little flashback 10 years in the past. And Christian, you can go ahead and tell him.
So basically what happens is they go on this little road and she sees, these skulls and dead bodies in the ditch. And then we go back to, I want to say it was 2003. Yeah, 2003.
2003.
And they showing where the bodies came from, and basically what they were saying was when there wasn't enough room on the bus or the transport to take the people to the city, to the QV or QC, whatever it's called. I was going to say QVC, but that's definitely not right. To the QC, if they didn't make the cut, even if they were infected or they weren't infected, most of them were not infected. They just killed them. So that's where the dead skulls came from. And so basically, you fast forward or go back. 2003, you see those people alive and everything, and it's this little town, and that's when we meet what's his name? Bill. You meet Bill. Is that his name? Bill. You meet Bill, and Bill is like under the ground in his little bunker, and he's like, you're not gonna get me. He just has all the stuff he needs. He comes up, he sees the whole town's deserted, and Bill goes to work. I mean, putting up electric fences and booby traps and getting his whole house in order. I mean, he's living his best life. And then one day, he a signal goes off. It's a zombie. It's like one of those zombies. Well, he's zombie and he shot him, and then he thought it was something else. He caught him something. He caught himself a whole person, and his name was Frank. I was not a Frank fan in the beginning. I was like, bro, if he tries to hurt Bill, we gotta have a problem.
Yeah,
if he try to kill Bill,
I thought Frank. I legit thought I killed. That's tough.
I'm feeling like CJ.
I thought that Frank was gonna. I just didn't trust him from the jump because Bill had this life. And I get it. Like right when you got your own thing. Like he got the oil, he had the boat. Like he was ready to go. Got the weapons, the booby traps, the damn stupid ass clickers. They pass them and they go, get shot. Well, he does not do nothing. He set it up.
Can you do it again for me? Do it again. They did what? They did what?
So it was great. I thought I was just like, who is this guy? And he's like, I'm not armed. I'm not infected.
I wasn't trusting that. I wasn't trusting that, Gabby. I wasn't trusting that at all.
That way, Bucko.
Yeah, facts. Can I just come in for a little bit? No. That's not what we do here. Okay. Me and Bill, we got something going on here. We homies. We trying to live our life out here. You know what I'm saying? White picket fence. That was pretty cool. They had a little white picket fence. That was cute. Anyways, so yeah, he takes Frank out of the hole. Frank showers. He brings him clothes. Frank gets a full meal. And it's like, all right, Frank, it's time for you to get the hell out of here. All right, it's time for you to you got what you needed. Go ahead to Boston. And then basically what happens is they get up, they're about to leave. Frank sees his piano. I guess he plays piano. He's playing the piano. And Bill's like, get your weirdo self out of here. I know how to play this guy. Get out of here. This is for me. Plays a song. And then you ultimately find out that they're into each other and that they kiss and that they are partners and they're gay. And I loved it. It was a weird twist. I wasn't expecting it because I never played the game. So I didn't know that they were partners already. I wasn't expecting it. But I loved it though. It was awesome because he had someone with him.
Yeah. So I was talking to someone today who played the game, and in the game, they said he has a partner. They left it open-ended in the game, so they never really dove into who his partner was. So, which is cool. Like, I think that was a cool plot point that was made here, and especially because it was an antique piano that his mother had, and it was a bunch of music that she liked to play. Because get this old shit out of here, and they connected through that music, because he's like, hasn't heard the music. I guess maybe he's never played it. It's just like sentimental, but now it's like it's coming to life. Life is around him because obviously a lot of death has happened around Bill, and the fact that Frank came in and brought a little life into his domain.
Heck yeah.
It was a sweet story about trusting someone who you think you should trust them, but you let him in, and which was really cool.
Your lover.
But at the end of the day, yeah, he's a lover boy.
What do you think about that, Gabby? What were your thoughts when you were seeing that whole instant? From him being in the hole to him taking a shower, getting dinner, and then kissing. Like, what was your thoughts? What was your thoughts on Frank? What were your thoughts on Frank?
I knew they were gonna get together the whole time. Like, I think it's funny that you guys were like, I had no idea. No, the instant he came out of that hole, I was like, they're gonna be together. They're gonna be together. And I didn't trust him fully at first, because like when he was what did he do? When he was at the piano or something, I don't know. He was kind of acting a little sketchy then. But then I was like, it might just be because he's trying to feel out whether he's feeling the same way. So it's like, I didn't fully trust him, but I still knew they were going to get together. Like, I knew it, hands down.
I think
and I cried.
You cried?
Really?
When they got together?
Yeah, this episode made me cry. No, not when they got together.
Oh,
Continue on.
All right.
Continue on.
I think for me, go, sorry.
Oh no! Like I just thought the moment I really thought I found out they were together was when, like, it was the wine. We said, "Oh, a man compared this wine with I think he's like rabbit or duck or something like that." He's like, "Oh yeah." I think that's was like I was like,
because he was like, "I know you don't think I would be the type," and he was like, "No, I could see that you're the type to do that."
Yeah,
He was like,
and I was like,
yeah.
that's when the light.
I think
flipped.
for
We were
me,
like, oh,
it was just not weird. It was when I saw him in his man cave, right? And he came out with like the gun. Instantly, I'm thinking Ron Swanson. Like this guy is dope. Ron Swanson. I'm like, yes. And even like I even did some like I saw on TikTok, like there was a part in Parks and Rec where it was Ron Swanson, another guy named Ron Dunn. And he was like, "What's your name?" He's like, "Ron." He's like, "What's your name?" Ron. And then Ron Swanson was like, "What's your last name?" And he was like, "Dunn." Ron was like, "Is that your last name? Or are you done with this conversation?" He was like, "Both." And he was like, "You know how they go there on the interview? They're like, so what do you think of Ron Dunn?" And he was like, "I like him. I like him a lot." And they were saying that was Frank, and I was like, but anyways, what happens is they kiss, shower happens, they make love in the bed. Then it fast forward, I think like 5 or 3 years. And so then it's 2006 at this point in time. And so what happens is they start arguing, and Frank just wants a little bit more. He's just a little homesick in my opinion. He just wants a little more. He wants to do a little splash of his own thing, which is fine. And then they find out that he's been talking to some girl on the radio, aka Tess and Joel. So basically after that, they meet each other. It's the first time you see Joel and Tess meet people outside of the queue. I'm just gonna call it the queue because I can't remember the quad. I don't know what it's called. They outside of it, and they're talking with Joel and Tess are talking to Frank and Bill, and I thought that was awesome. Seeing a younger them, more fresher them, more cleaner them, and so ultimately, they get some clothes, they get some resources, they go back to the queue. And then what happens is, Joel tells Bill, hey, I'll let you know there's gonna be some people here, some people that are gonna come out of here. They're gonna try to take what you got. Just letting you know. Gives them the code and everything, And one thing about this episode what really pissed me off was they had me at 52 minutes, and then they put it at 120. They had me, bro.
Like this one went by
it didn't
pretty
feel
fast.
that long. This one didn't feel that long,
but I was like,
episode.
I can't have 120. I was like, I can't have 120 of the last episode of just being stressed out if they're gonna make it out of there or not. I just can't. I was like, I just can't deal with that. That whole just sneak around the clickers, and then all right, I can't do it. And then that whole, I love this episode. This is definitely my favorite episode by far. But yeah, they meet them. They get some resources from them as well. Then it fast forwards. I can't remember another time frame, maybe 5 or 7 years again.
No, it went to present, right?
It went to present 2023. Yeah,
because it was the 3 year. It was like
it was
3 years.
10 years back. Then it was 3 years forward, and then I think it went to present.
Then it just jumped to present, right?
Yeah. Well, then, but before we go to the present day, though. I love the interaction at the table when Bill had his gun. Just as like he's like, I'm not playing with these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
But I also love that Joel, he was like, gosh, what did he say? Something like, so you can get that gun out of my face. And I was like,
right, yeah. He's like, I understand, like
I get it.
Some random people and just coming up here like invading your space. I get it. But we both can help each other out because we have medicines and this and that. And we can both be beneficial to each other. So you get that shit out of my face. All right, I like this guy.
All right, Joel.
I like this guy, yeah.
But yeah, and then ultimately
Tess and Bill were just, I still had that inkling like, oh, he set some shit up. Like it's 3 years. He played a long game, right? Mm-hmm. Because like I wouldn't want to jazz up the place because one, that draws attention to life. It's like, oh, there's actually life people here. So it's like, let me go feed it. If everything looks desolate and like run down, it's like, okay, cool. Like nobody's here. So now it's like, oh shit, look pretty. Fences look nice. There's strawberries grown. Ooh. There's like fresh, veggies.
I ain't about to hold you, bro. Know. At that instant, because remember Joel was saying, you get seeds and food and everything from other places, and that's how he thinks people got infected. I was like,
Right,
no, they got the seeds, and I was like, they're gonna eat it. And I was
But then
like,
you saw the
no,
little stuff that was
infected.
like flying around though. When
I
they
was like, no,
took it, I was like,
no. I was like, this is when they get infected. No. But yeah, so you fast forward. No, actually, no.
it was they had the shoot off thing with
they had the shoot off thing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
people
because he
booby
was shooting
trapped
at
and all that stuff.
But I couldn't tell if it was real people too, because I think one of them had a gun as well that was shooting back at him, and it almost looked like it was
looters. It was looters.
Yeah, it was looters.
Yeah, okay.
Bunch of them. It was like a gang of them. Like it showed.
And that shit was crazy. All that fire, hell, and brimstone just shooting. Like it was. That was crazy.
And then they gave us a scare and said, I thought Bill died when my man wasn't talking no more and trying to take the bullet out.
Yeah,
I said,
I thought he died right then too, and I was like,
call Joel. Joel will help.
I like you older. That was so cute. I'm getting too old. I like you older.
That was
cute. That's R.I.P. And then fucking what's his new name again? I just forgot. Not Bill, but Frank. Frank about to take over the castle. He gonna have everything now. And I was like, oh, I was gonna be so mad.
Not through there. And then you realize Frank is the one that's sick. And just holding on. And I'm gonna let Gabby explain what happens when no, you don't want to. All right. So basically, they're a lot older. It's 2023. They're a lot older. And what's going on is, Frank is sick and in a wheelchair. It has to be wheeled around. And which I thought that it would be Bill because he got shot. And I was just thinking, oh, maybe he just can't walk or something.
That's what happened to have that medicines with partner with Tess and Joel.
Yep. 100%.
You would have died back on that table.
Facts. And so what happens is he's in a wheelchair. And, they go throughout the day. He's painting, makes these amazing paintings, by the way. Amazing paintings that Frank is doing. And so they go to bed and Frank wakes up way earlier and takes forever to get into his wheelchair. And, Bill's just like, what are you doing? Like, I don't want you falling asleep in your chair or whatnot. And they go downstairs and they're talking. And Frank's just like, this is going to be my last day. And Bill's just like, why are you talking out of your ass? Like, what are you talking about? And, Frank is just like, I've had a lot of good days and I've had a lot of bad days. So I can't say, that this life was perfect, but I had a lot of bad days. And he said, I've also had a lot of bad days with you, but I want to make today a great day. And, he wants to go to the boutique and wants to pick out clothes. And he was like, you're going to wear the clothes that I pick out. And he's like, all right, yeah. And he's just like, I want you to take me to the boutique.
Get married.
We get the outfits, get married. I want to have a last great dinner with you. I want you to crush these pills up, put it in my wine. I can go. And I just, that's how I want to do things. I want to go with you. I want to go with me being cuddled in your arms. I'll just fall asleep in your arms.
Also, how dare you want me to explain this part when this is the part that I was just saying I cried at? So how dare you? That's why I was like, no.
And so ultimately after that, they get married, having a beautiful walk. And they get married. Time for the dinner. He makes this amazing dinner for him. Gets the wine, drinks it, and then dessert happens. They get another glass of wine.
Pause. Wasn't this the same like their first dinner? Didn't they kind of do the same thing?
It was.
That's kind of,
and I was sitting here like,
I
was like, oh no, like the first last.
And it was a very heartfelt thing, man. Because this whole episode, I just felt like because I felt weepy and cryy when the daughter died. When Joel's daughter died, just because in that small instance of just getting to know her and how nice she was, trying to just do things for him and take care of him. But then these characters, it's like you spent a whole hour and 20 with them. You know what I'm saying? And you understood, like you felt Bill's fear, you felt Bill's preparation, you felt Frank's fear and just wanting just to have somewhere to just relax without trying to go into the woods. Because you gotta think the woods is just. You don't know what could pop out. You don't know anything. So all that fear and just stress, and say he wants to go to Boston and all that kind of stuff. And that kind of just changes when he meets Bill and, the love and care. And then even the anger that they're yelling at each other and whatnot. And, he got mad for talking to Tess on the radio. Like, what are you doing? And you feel all these emotions and see all their hurt and pain, all that kind of stuff on them. And then at the dinner, he's about to give him the pills, and Bill pours his wine, pours the bag of stuff in there, and he drinks it. And Bill drinks his, and he's like, "Was it enough?" He was like, "Yeah, enough to kill a horse." And I put some in the wine as well. And then you figure it out, like, and he's just like, "What's that?" He was so dramatic with it in a way. He was like, "I'm not happy with this." But what did he say? "I'm not happy with this."
But it's kind of romantic.
Yeah, you know, and he was like,
it was so cute.
And yeah, it was awesome. And they go upstairs, and you know, they die and they pass away. And then it goes to, I think it was like August 29th, 2023, I think, that they passed away on. And Joel and Ellie are walking up to the fence, and Joel's like, "Hey, just back up, because I understand. You don't know what's going on. You pass that code, and it opens up." Yeah. Opens up. They walk in. He's yelling, "Hey, Bill, Bill," you know, and then Ellie finds the letter. And, you know, he just writes, you know, "If you read this, no, to whom it may concern." And then it was like, "But most likely Joel." Like on the front of the letter, it's like, "But most likely this is Joel." And, you know, she reads the letter, just saying, you know, he just says his own thing about life, you know, how it's just BS, the government's BS, but, you know, I found love, all this kind of stuff. Bunch of Nazis, you know.
Bunch of Nazis.
The government, he was like, "Yes, they're a bunch of Nazis now, but back then they weren't." But, you know, and he just tells Joel, you know, "If you need anything in this house, take it. Here's the car key. And make sure you can use anything in this house to take care of you and Tess." And
that shit was just, like,
yeah.
And you know, Ellie tries to read it, and then Joel takes it outside and just reads it, and, you know, just has a moment to himself, you know. And because that's probably the third woman he lost in his life. I don't know about their mother, like, I don't know about his daughter's mother, you know what I'm saying? And then daughter, and then Tess, you know. And, you know, and he finally gets his battery to his car, man. He finally gets it. There goes Ellie, man. Just gotta have a fucking gun, bro. But gotta have a gun. She is determined. And also, though, one thing I missed in this thing.
Yeah, I was about to say too.
When they went to that little shack, and she
found the dude just like under the motherfucker just cut the motherfucker up and just looking at him, and they go.
But you have to think she's been trapped inside like her whole life, because she's what, 14?
Yeah,
I think they said in the last one.
Seen anything.
So she hasn't seen anything. So she's just curious, like every child is. So
I get that.
And like going to the gun thing, like I can see her point of view. I mean, granted, she wouldn't know how to use it or anything, but like I can understand when a kid gets their mind set on something, she's like, I gotta have a gun too, you know. So
but
like
I think it's disrespectful not to give her a gun though, because it's like you see these motherfuckers crazy all kinds of which ways. You just think you're gonna be Superman and protect me from all that? That's just another man just thinking they can control women.
Period.
But so he finds the car, charges up the battery. They both take a shower. And you know, it's ultimately time to leave. She takes the gun. And she gets into the car.
That was funny.
And she says, "Oh, don't you look pretty?" When he comes downstairs after the shower. And you know, they get into the car, and she's just never been in one before. And she's like, "This is like a spaceship." And he's like, "No, this is like a crappy Chevy, whatever. It's not a space, but it'll do the job." And you know, he just tells you, "No, we're gonna go out west. That's where my brother is. We're gonna see what's going on. Maybe they have people out there that can help you." And, you know, they riding out into some song. And that's when we ultimately find out, when they were back at the apartment, episode 1, that they were talking to Bill and Frank with the 80s, 60s, and 70s music. That's when you find out that's who they're communicating with. And she was like, 80s music. And, you know, that's what you find out they're connecting with. And, you know, they ride off and they have a little button thing. You know, they drive off. And, that episode was probably one of the best episodes I've seen. Probably the best episode so far in that show, and it's insane.
Good.
And they've all been different, which is what I like. You know, like the second episode, like they've all been completely different.
But that ultimately is what happens in the show. And in episode 3, It was very stressful and a lot of emotions and just insane. And, I think for me, it was my favorite episode just because it wasn't stress, like you weren't just like nothing was happening back and forth. Like it was something you could just be happy about. Like you see all these people have this hard life in the episode 1, how they're all just taking over. And then, you see Bill and Frank live a very capable and chill lifestyle. And you saw the better side of what people could do with this virus and bacteria and all this stuff going around from the first episode. And you can tell Joel was kind of hurt that he found out. And, in the letter, he was like, don't go upstairs. Don't open the bedroom. We open the window. That's why they're sticking in the house. Don't go up there. Just let us be in peace. Yeah. But yeah, great episode. Definitely a great episode. Gabby, what were your thoughts on the whole episode after the little review just now? What were your thoughts and feelings and things you liked or didn't like? What was going through your mind?
Well, I mean, like I said, I actually cried at this one because it was just like it's so wholesome, and the fact that like we all know I'm a hopeless romantic, and the fact that in like this whole turmoil of the world, what are the odds that he would catch a guy like it's going back to the whole chance meeting thing that I was talking about. Like even it full circle, even in these crazy times, they still had a chance meeting and found each other. So
I know one thing: if they have a dating app in this world, someone is killing it.
The Last of Us dating app.
How infected are you?
Right?
Oh,
that's hilarious.
But
yeah. Oh my gosh! In the bios, it'd have to be like not infected. Blah blah blah. Like,
I hope you infect
and like
with your love. ...
psych.
But yeah, so you can continue. It is you cried and it was just emotional.
Oh yeah, so I mean, I just really also this may be controversial, but even showing Tess younger, I don't really like her character. Like, I'm kind of glad she's no longer on the show.
I mean, you said it before.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Let's stop.
Why?
Because the person that she like it's like a double thing. Like the Tess, the actress who played her in the game, also passed away this week.
Wait, really?
Or last week? Yes. That's what I said RIP earlier.
I thought you were talking about
like not
character.
Tess, not Tess from the
okay,
TV
how
show,
can you just let me go on talking shit about her and she's
that's what I'm trying to tell you to stop.
Oh my gosh. Can we cut that out? Like,
but not her, but not the girl that played in the not the girl that played in the show.
Not the girl that played in the show,
the one that
but
did the voice,
the voice, which I get it. No, honestly, I feel like I get it.
Now I'm confused.
The one that played Tess, the one that played Tess in the video game, her voice
original,
actor.
In the game,
the original person.
I don't know who that is, so I'm not offending. Like, I don't know who that is. I've never played the game. I'm talking about in the show. I didn't like the character.
I got you for sure.
Don't cancel me, everyone.
Luckily, she's not on that amazing show we were talking about earlier. So you can definitely still watch it. So CJ, thoughts of everything that happened, or what was your how about this? What was your favorite part of the show? What was your favorite part of this episode?
I think my favorite part of this episode is just kind of seeing Frank and Bill just fall in love. Actually, the funniest part was when I just want you to know that I'm not a slut.
Yeah.
I'm not just bruh. That had me in tears. That shit was
Let me tell you something. I saw a tweet because I like to look at Twitter when certain things happen. And this dude was like, I give a man a blowjob too if I could stay and shower and get a nice home cooked meal. And it was a thing.
Oh my gosh.
And this girl said, I think they were truly in love. He was like, I think I was in love too if I could have a nice vacation.
Right?
Go nowhere. Everything was perfect.
You feed
for
me, you give me alcohol. I can take a hot shower. I'll make this shit work regardless. I'll figure it out.
Oh man. But yeah, it was cool to see them fall in love and see different aspects of their relationship. Like the beginning, them, and then the second phase was like them arguing and stuff, and him not, him going against Bill's word and all that kind of stuff. And then Frank does a little thing with the strawberries, and he was like, "So what'd you do? What'd you have to do to get the strawberries?" And he was like, "Oh, I gave him one of your guns." He was like, "Which gun?" He's like, "No, don't worry, it was a small one." And then like they about to make out and they're about to do the deed.
Oh my
like,
gosh, he goes, not the
strawberries.
I love
like,
that too.
You're right. But yeah, man, this episode was definitely awesome. Definitely my favorite episode so far. And I feel like it was needed. I think it was definitely needed. And Gabby, what's your views on the video game saying it was a partnership, and then you see now like they showed everything that came with the partnership?
What do you like? So the video game came
just said
out
that they were
today
partners.
And was like mad about it, or like what do you?
No.
Like, what
so
are you asking
basically,
me exactly?
so I think
Are
it
you
was
trying to get me canceled again?
No, I think it was you that said something about it, and you were just like, of course they had to.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. So I was like, when I heard there was controversy about the show, I was like, what's controversial? And it's not what I thought it was. So when I found out that the game just said it was a partnership and that's all, and then this episode comes out and we find out that like, they're actual partners in the sense of like a relationship, I was like, okay, well, when did the game come out? And then it was 2013, I think you said?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So I was like, think about the times back in 2013. It wasn't like how it is now where things are more accepted than what they were back in 2013. So for them to say partnership, people could take it however they wanted to.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think now, like actually getting to see, I don't know if this is what the game actually was meaning or if this is just how this director is taking it. Well, I think it's...
No, go ahead. I'll tell you.
No, I didn't know if you had an answer.
So basically what happens is
why are you
in the show, he's like, that was my partner. And that's just really it. And so then like TJ said, they just leave it at that. That was my partner.
But what I'm saying is, but what I'm... So... That was the game, though. But the show, obviously, we know they're more than just
we got a whole
well, they're partners, but awesome.
Yeah. But like
they're backstory to this character, which
in a relationship,
they're partners.
Yeah,
I personally think it's a good
same-sex
thing.
Partners. That's the biggest reveal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a good thing because, I mean, let's be honest. When you say partners with someone, you wouldn't just say, "Oh, they're partner." Like.
I always think business partners.
And from the game, I just didn't think anything of it. Oh, that's my partner. I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah, that's a partner.
That's my partner.
Yeah, my partner in crime. You know what I'm saying?
My partner.
But yeah, I think that was
It made me think of Parks and Rec when they're like drunk and they're saying partner, and she goes, "We're cowboys." So that's what I just thought.
But that was an interesting take on you saying that, like the times and everything, and how this director. I heard a little interview from him. He loves the story, and he says people just think this is just a survival of the fittest. But this whole thing of The Last of Us is just a love story. And, loses daughter, finds love in Tess, loses Tess, finds love in this girl. Bill and Frank find love in this. Ellie, not really having much of a father, finds somewhat love and care for Joel, and it's just... Right, basically, he just said it's just basically just a big love story, just not in the world as right now. And I thought that was awesome that he. You said what?
It's kind of is in today's world, if you be honest.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, I guess
That's
so.
what's
Yeah.
so crazy. Like some of the things that they talk about, it's literally like word for word of like things that we heard back in 2020. You know?
They can easily they like this. They had so many like jabs in there. They just kind of
Oh
we're gonna
yeah.
sneak this in here.
Oh
They
yeah.
gonna-
I'm
they
always
gonna
like, I see
love
what
this
you're
one.
doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see
But-
what you're doing there.
But yeah, man. So that episode was awesome. I give that episode definitely a 9 out of 10 if I could rate it. It was awesome. Well, thank you for tuning to another episode of What a Dud. You can find us on all podcast platforms: Apple, Google, Spotify. You can also watch us on YouTube under the Hate to Pylon umbrella. Just type in Hate to Pylon on YouTube, and you'll see our videos there. It'll be broadcasted as What a Dud as a title and everything. Make sure you fans go and check out the James Gunn video. And if you haven't seen The Last of Us episode 3, make sure you go watch it and come back. The timestamp was an hour 21. And thanks for listening to us and getting to know us a little bit. I thought we needed an episode of just getting to know each other and or y'all knowing us and seeing what we're about and our thought process and all that kind of stuff. I'm glad you guys stuck around and have fun with us. And hope you guys have a great evening or morning or day or whatever time you're watching this. And just remember, when you are in second place, just because you win second place, that's not a good thing because that means you're the first loser. So what are we going to strive for? First place.
If you're not first, you're last. Ricky Bobby, woo woo!